Hey folks, man, this month we are back with another episode of From the Canopy Film Show, and this is going to be a brief one, man. We're just going to be here, me and Bobby Blockbuster. We're going to be reviewing the film Ambulance by Michael Bay, and it's starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, and Isa Gonzalez. So the story goes as this: needing money to cover his wife's medical bills, a decorated veteran teams up with his adoptive brother to steal $32 million from a Los Angeles bank. However, when their getaway goes spectacularly wrong, the desperate thieves hijack an ambulance that's carrying a severely wounded cop and an EMT worker. Caught in a high-speed chase, the two siblings must figure out a way to outrun the law while keeping their hostages alive. And I will say this, man, this thing definitely surprised me, man. Yes. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. I saw it a second time yesterday, actually, with Bob. You know what I'm saying? In Asia. So that was cool, man. But what are we liking about this, Bob?
What stood out to me more than anything, I mean, I love the story, love the story building, love the characters, but that camera work, just, I mean, even if you don't know what goes on behind the scenes in movies, like when you watch this film, like you feel like you're in the driver's seat. It's so high octane, and I mean, just so fast pacing, and it would be a film that if this camera work wasn't up to par the way it is, it would be hard to keep up with.
It would drag in places, because like, you know that's one of the aspects that I noticed when I was watching this. Like, the camera rarely stops moving.
Yeah.
And I think that adds a lot to the energy of this film. Like, when he's shooting scenes where the actors are just talking, the camera's still moving. Yeah. It's just moving around them, it's zooming in, or it's the shaky steady cam where someone's holding it, and the camera itself is just acting like this it's almost like someone's watching what's happening, but they're also got a lot of energy going on. They can't sit still. They're anticipating the next move, like we are.
You can watch this film and feel like you're burning calories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, dang, I did.
So you know what? You know what got me when I rewatched it yesterday? It was reminding me of not so much as that film. That film did it in a different way, but the Uncut Gems. Yeah. How that film just gave you this weird anxiety while you're watching.
Yeah, that edge of the seat. You're just you're on this tipping point the whole way through.
And this is doing that too. So the thing that stood out to me is the scenario is crazy. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen a movie like this where someone's doing something illegal just because their circumstances are messed up. It's like, all right, I got to do this. I'm trying to help my people. But the way it's done, I think, stands out to me. And I think what stands out a lot is the cast that they got to do this, man. Like the characters were so entertaining to watch that it elevates this basic premise.
Yes.
Like Jake Gyllenhaal, man, that dude, oh my god.
Oh man, he home run. And I mean, and you know, even if he's playing like he's supposed to be our main bad, he's a very likable bad. Yeah. He has a lot of charisma, a lot of character. There are moments where, you know, he's very relatable. When he starts talking, you're like, man, I'd have rocked with him.
but even when he does start doing things that you don't agree with, you're still having fun with him because he's doing it so well. Like to me, like everyone's not a movie star, man. No. But he is. Like, when I look at what's out there, to me, he's like this generation's Brad Pitt, man. And meaning he's capable. He could play small. He could shrink in a role, but I seem to love him most when he's over the top, man. Yes. Like in this film, he was that over the top character in Okja. I even liked him as Mysterio in the Spider-Man movie, man. He's so good.
It's a testament to his versatility. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because he could also sit back and play in a comedic role, you know, and get the belly laughs, or play one of those, you know, in a romance movie or a movie that's overly sensitive and might make your eyes a little sweaty. You know what I mean?
Yes. So basically, Yaya's character is the one that needs help because his wife needs a cancer surgery and he can't afford it. You know, they hit you with the whole, oh, I was a veteran and the system isn't looking out for me. So we get that, you know, dead presidents kind of,
Yeah,
you know,
they bring the emotional relatability. It's like, oh man, I feel you, bro. Is it really stealing if you're stealing food for your family from the store?
Yeah. So, and he links up with his buddy, who was his adopted brother. I guess, you know, we get that intro in the beginning. It's short, but we see that he's a kid from the streets and what's his name? Is it Danny in the movie?
Danny,
Danny, played by Jake. His family adopts him, and they grow up. They're essentially brothers, man.
They never at once refer to each other as friends.
Yeah, I love that. Though.
That is my brother. I love my brother. That is my brother. You don't disrespect my brother.
It's so simple, but it is.
But it emphasizes a basic point that carries throughout the whole film.
It's one of the things that we want for society, for us to just be able to look at each other in that way, no matter where you come from. But these guys grew up together. They have a bond. They're brothers, even though they're not blood related. You know, it's definitely a black guy and a black, you know, and a white guy, but they're brothers, man.
Yeah.
But it's so great how that you feel that relationship throughout this, man.
It's organic. It doesn't feel forced.
It's not said. We just know that they're there, but then it's not said like, oh, my brother, this is my brother, that. Just the way they're interacting with each other and the way they trust each other and the way they respond off each other.
When other people try to say something, the way they shut that down out the gate without even having to overstep and over-explain the situation.
They don't even explain it.
Hey,
don't
even come like that.
You could tell everyone we're adopted, be like, no, that's my brother. Like to them, it's just that's what it is.
And it's not even worth the explanation. If you can't see it, there's something wrong with your eyes. You know what I mean?
It works for me, man. And I even like what's the name? Isa as the
the EMT,
the EMT worker.
She was great.
We seen her in, I think, Baby Driver was her most notable role, at least for me, that I remember, where she had a lot of screen time. And she's great. She holds her own in between these guys. She's essentially a hostage. Because what happens with this heist? A cop gets shot, and then so they are the bank robbery goes wrong, man. So and then during the course of it, a cop gets wounded, and you know the EMTs arrive on the scene. So Danny and Will, they're back against the wall. They pretty much think they're done, but then they see the ambulance. And they come with the idea to take the ambulance, and make their escape. You know, so that's how they end up in the ambulance. Basically, Isa and the cop are held hostage by Will and Danny, and then it goes from there. They go on a chase through the city, trying to elude the LAPD. But I think this thing it's so well played, like character wise. It's a preposterous idea, but is held together because of these performances.
And
man,
that's the other thing that I like too. Even though this is essentially a caper film. 60% of it is a high-speed car chase film. You know what I'm saying? We get a lot of road work. We get a lot of time on the road with, a lot of high-speed action. And that's where, like I said, it was a testament to this great camera work, because we feel like we are in the cars with them.
We won't get to that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that also helps, just like I said, man, if you I think Michael Bay is best when he's doing this kind of stuff.
Yes.
Not Transformers. Because this reminds me of something that would happen in maybe the Pain and Gain world, or even the Bad Boys kind of world, which I think is when Michael Bay does his best, when he's got, a good script and really great actors. Because also what rounds this out is the police force, the people that are chasing them. Keira O'Donnell, he plays a FBI agent, and Garrett Dylan Hunt, who's great, man. I think is he the dad from Heroes?
I think he is.
You know what I'm saying?
You know who stood out to me too? Shout out to I want to say her name's Olivia. Was it Olivia?
Yeah, she was cool. Olivia. Her name is Olivia Stamboulos.
She brought a lot of comic relief and high energy. Man, every time she started talking, I started like,
a lot of attitude. That was great. So my man, he's also in. He's in a lot of stuff. That dude who played the police guy. Trying to think.
I love the way they introduce us to him. When you get this particular scene when we don't even know who he is and what's going on at the time. At first you're just like, what? And then it all makes sense, going through the film. But I love the way they bring him into the fold.
They never really explained that to me, but I think part of why the heist goes wrong, it seems like the cops were just sitting there and watching them as they were planning the heist, and they just had the ideas like, we bust them into action.
We jump in the aftermath, because it's just like it's almost like those same situations where like you can't arrest somebody for premeditating a crime. You can only arrest them for committing the crime after it's done. Kind of thing. And that's how these special forces cops have this mindset. And my man Garrett, he's like, are y'all crazy? Like, y'all could have stopped this whole shit from happening. Pardon my language, YouTube and underage viewers.
Well, actually, that's going to be the agent, because I think Garrett is part of the cop.
I'm talking about
Agent Anson.
Kurt O'Donnell. There you go. That's my man I'm talking about.
Because basically, like I said, when he rolls up, he's like, you could have stopped this. He's like, well,
out the gate.
Well, it's kind of like a buy bust deal.
Yeah,
we're encouraging you to commit the crime, but then we pounce on you after you do it or something.
Because it won't stick if it's all beforehand,
But it goes wrong, and even that looks good, man. That shootout sequence, I'm conjuring ideas of Heat, man. Like the action that down.
Oh my gosh! Like if anyone who's seen Heat, if you see that first caper that they pull on the armored trucks, just imagine that 20-minute scene lasting for 2 hours and 16 minutes with that energy and that amount of oomph and that great acting. That's what we get from this film.
So I guess we get to the camera work, man. Like the thing about Michael Bay's stuff, it always looks great, but what I like about this film is he's innovating the use of drones, man. Like we most of the time when we're watching films and we get those drone shots, they're usually aerial shots, but there's more. It took me a second to register. I'm like, hold up, man! Did they just fly a drone inside the building? Like through, like it's they're using drones in ways I've never seen done before. There are also those shots where it looks like the drone goes up, and then it looks, and then it goes back down and dives in, and then it starts following the
and
van.
Also, what I like is like you'll get this like this scene like you're coming from behind, and then it'll catch you up to speed, and then go past, and then turn you around, so you get the reverse angle, then the full frontal. I mean, dude, it was magnificent.
It was beautiful, man. Like there was a shot where they were on a bridge, and you see the drone go out off of the bridge, but it's still looking at as they're moving. I'm like,
I wonder if they crashed any drones, because I mean, some of these drones, they're flying through pillars and, like you said, buildings and stuff. I wonder if they had any lost soldiers.
The thing that stood out to me is like I guess they do that in post processing, but the footage from the drones looked exactly like what they were filming with the traditional camera.
Yeah, man.
And it works. Like there's a sequence where they link up with his Mexican mob members, and he helps them do something.
Great,
but then that he's on a run, and you see the drone fly through like a door. It goes up and over a forklift as it's facing them, and it adds such a crazy element to this game, man. Shout out to Eric from Concentrated Podcast, but he thought I was being crazy, but I was like, man, I would love to see Michael Bay do a Marvel film. And a lot of people think that would be blasphemy, but I think if you wrote a good enough script for this guy and told him to stick to the script, but you could do what you want action-wise, I think we would get some of the best-looking Marvel stuff committed to film, man. Because like that, at least action on the action tip. And honestly, he's good. He's good with the dramatic stuff. Like the small moments in this film work, and they work on a level that elevate this material, dude.
And dude, there were certain points where like this imagery was just so, it was pulse pounding, and it was just like, it was so, there was one scene where we're in the theater, and I was like, bro, they should put that on a poster, bro. There's this one scene, and you'll probably know it when you see the film. I don't even want to spoil.
That would be a dope poster for this movie.
And if I can't find it on a poster, man, I will make a homemade. I will get the image and put it on the biggest piece of paper I can print out and make a poster of it.
Because like those small moments work, man. Like there's moments in the ambulance where our characters are just figuring out who they're going to be, man.
Yes.
And I think that works. Like the dynamic, they're brothers. They're joined up to him, but Yaya, he's his character is a war veteran. I think his morality level is a little bit higher than what Danny's is.
Danny's set in his ways, but there's a lot of gut checking.
But they're still brothers, man, and even the finale, how it ends up, it makes sense. It might not be how I wanted it to be, but it made total sense why the characters do what they do, man.
Said, there is definitely this high moral compass, but there's gut checks all the way throughout, and it's not just between our main two with Will and Danny. I mean, there are gut checks that are going on with the EMT. There are gut checks that are going on with the cops that are pursuing them, with the Hispanic crew that gets involved. I mean, everybody ends up getting placed in a position where they feel like they're painted in a corner and they have to either, door A or door B, you know what I mean? And I think that was just a great way to over intensify this film and make it even more entertaining than what we would have got had not been put in these positions.
I feel bad that it's not getting the numbers that I think it deserves, but
most of the greats don't.
It dropped on the same week as Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic is coming off a real popular first film, and this film is actually doing good, dude. I mean, honestly, sometimes you go up against something that just overshadows you, man.
Because what Sonic has over this is it's family fun. It's family friendly. Like, you can bring your kids. Ain't nobody bringing their kids to see this.
Yeah, and the first film of Sonic was really well received.
It was.
And we've got. I think Michael Bay's suffering from the Transformers. Just did too many of them. Even it's funny. The article I've been seeing lately is that of Spielberg approached him and was like, "Man, you're doing too many Transformers," and I think he admitted that he did too many of those films, and it might have just hurt his. It hurt his stock. It hurt his reputation.
Now they think he's a one-trick pony. Yeah, because
I'm not even gonna lie. As ridiculous as Bad Boys for Life was, man, I had a blast watching that movie.
Yes, man.
And I would definitely like to see Michael Bay doing more of that kind of stuff, more of this crime kind of action stuff than Transformers, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Dude, I feel like, man, Michael Bay could probably make an ill Punisher movie, man. Yeah. Wow.
Man.
People think I'm being crazy right now, but man, come on, son. Don't put some respect on his name, man. I mean, and I don't like everything Michael Bay's done. I did enjoy the first Transformers. I thought that was great.
I love the first one.
That highway chase is man. You can't outdo that, right, man?
Yeah, man.
Who's outdone that, bro? You can't.
The only other highway scene that hit me that heavy was in Final Destination 2.
I thought you was going to even say Final Destination or the Matrix Revelations.
Well, see, I'm not Matrix. I'm not heavy on the Matrix. Yeah, but that's Final Destination.
Oh, Matrix Reloaded. My bad.
Yeah, Final Destination 2.
When they was dipping in the Cadillac CTSs. Hey, man.
I might have to watch it just for that.
Dog, trust me, man. It's worth it, man. That's the last one I will stop at.
You don't have to twist my arm.
Yeah, man. I mean, in conclusion, I highly recommend Ambulance, man. If I'm going to rate it just on a film vibe tip, man, I'm going to probably give it a really strong 3.5, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it rocked. Like, it gave me what I expected to get from that film, and maybe more than I expected to be. Because, like I said, the premise is, we've seen this before, man. You're pulling the heist to get yourself out of trouble and it goes bad. But the way it was executed, I think it was great, man. You know.
And I'm just gonna second that note. I mean, everything that you're saying is absolutely correct. I highly recommend this film as well. I would even go a step further and give it a 3.7 because it just hit on a lot of key notes for me. On an individual level, I'm like, man, this is what's up. I liked everything as far as the banter, the action, the camera work. I could see myself repeatedly watching this film.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, you double dip the chip, and, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and then this is one where if I got, physical media, once that is an opportunity, then this is one that I would just wake up if I just wanted to have something on the background, in that, say if I got to clean the house, it would still pull me away from wiping down the table.
Yeah,
like, oh man, this that scene, let me sit down for a sec, you know what I'm saying? Let me cut the vacuum off.
There's like the surgery scene, that joint.
Oh my God, yes, man.
This guy, you know what it reminds me? It's taking me back to 80s filmmaking, man. Because I feel like right now, the critical element of film reviews right now is kind of, it sucks, man, because either things are amazing, spectacular, or they're trash. There's no in between.
There's no median.
Yes. And most of the films that I really love, they fall somewhere in that middle, but they had the heart to try.
Yes.
And I think this film, it had the heart to try, man.
Yes.
And it ended up being something really entertaining for me, man.
It found a way to take something that we might be used to seeing in heist films, caper films, but it still brought its own level of originality to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's okay. What we don't want to keep seeing is recycled, regurgitated ideas that have been done over and over again the same way. You know, you got to find a way to make it your own, and Michael Bay did that, and I think it was just because he covered all his bases, got the right cast, got the right story, and then he handled everything on his end the way that he needed to. I think this was one of those films where he sat back and was like, you know what, I'm gonna show the world I still got it.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, Cameron does for action. I mean, not Cameron. Bay does for action what Cameron does for sci-fi, man.
Yeah.
Like if you can strip away all your preconceived notions and look at what's actually on that screen, and like I said, man, he elevated, man.
Yeah.
That drone, people are gonna be duplicating that. You're gonna start seeing that. Like if you just go see it for that alone, man. If you're one of these folks that really are into cinematography and action and how things are done, like this is going to really rock your world, man. Because like he definitely brought some new stuff to the table.
And to that point, though, but we also live in a world where people try to stray away from giving credit where credit is due. Even though people will start to take this.
It's fun to bag on Baby. That's
but people will take this and not even give that man the credit that, oh man, I saw what he did in this film. Yeah. So, as a
you already see articles like that. Oh, it's just drone. I'm like, bro, shut the hell up.
It's
Have
just
you seen anyone doing this stuff like this? Like, come on.
But
man.
when it's the next MCU film or when it's the next high profile film, come on, man.
So jaded right now. I kind of hate it, dude.
Because you know what, people hate to see someone that they might not be might not be in a top 10 list still succeed.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to bag.
The world is full of haters, but you know what haters do? They fuel the tank of the one they hating on. So keep gassing them up.
Yeah, I'll definitely buy a copy of this when it's
available, too. Man. As a matter of fact, I might buy 2, so just in case somebody want to tell me they don't like it, I'm like, here, this is my good deed for the day. Take that, hater.
Well, I think that's it, folks, man. We're gonna catch y'all next week, man. We had a lot going on, just so that's why we didn't do a full show this past weekend. But also, you can check us out, man. Cornelius is out there. He's moonlighting. And me and him are actually on the Tales from the podcast. So we came on there and talked about the pre-course episode of Tales from the Crypt from season 5 with JB. Excuse me. So I'll probably put the link on that in this video so you can check that out. That was a fun time, man, doing that. But we out here, man. And this is Monk. You catch me at Monkey Blood on Twitter, Instagram. And yeah, that's where we at.
This is Bobby Blockbuster. You can catch me on Instagram, Bobby Blockbuster 118, or you can catch me out there in the real world that I still live in.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe, man. And we're out of here. We're going to catch y'all next week sometime.